Okay, so I was looking through my 8 hours of videos of recordings that I made last night, and looking online on Twitch is really slow because Twitch's servers really suck. So I mean, for streaming, Twitch is alright. I feel like the quality on Twitch is it's like acceptable. It's annoying because it lags sometimes, but at least acceptable. But for looking through videos, like recorded videos, as the videos get longer and longer, it just takes forever to load. Like it just takes forever to go through it. And looking through 8 hours of videos takes, I don't know, it's just taking too long, and I can't find my Minesweeper tutorial. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make the Minesweeper tutorial here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the experts, and then I'm just gonna do like I guess basically a remake of the tutorial I already made. So once again, Minesweeper is a game where there's a number of mines that you have to fill. So that you have to find on top of, I guess, the minefield. So the minefield is made up of any number of blocks. It depends on what level you're playing, but the expert has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Has 16, I guess, squares going vertical, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it's a 16 by 30 square. So 16 times 30 is, hold up, I can do this, 480. There's 480 squares on the minefield in the expert mode. Intermediate is 40 by 40, and beginner is 10 by 10. So already, you know, like just the size of the minefield changes depending on what level you're playing. Beginner has 100, intermediate has 140. It can't be 40 by 40. Oh, so I'm sorry. So beginner is 10 by 10. I know that. And then expert, I believe, on second thought, is probably 20 by 20. So beginner has 100 squares total, and intermediate has 400, if my calculations are correct. And this one is 16 by 30, meaning that it has 480. Yeah, no. I'm completely confused right now. Do not listen to me. Anyways, going on with the tutorial. On each minefield, there are a number of mines that you have to find. If you right click, you can put the flag anywhere on the minefield, and the flag indicates where you believe that the mines are. If you click on any single flag that you've already put down, and you have the checkbox mark over here, the marks checked. If you have the marks checked, then clicking the flag a second time will put a question mark instead of an actual flag. And right-clicking a question mark will just take the question mark away. So you right-click to indicate where you believe a bomb is, or mine is. Your job is to find all 99 bombs on the minefield. And basically the way that you actually do that is to find everything that's not a mine. If you didn't want to put the flags on the field, you actually don't have to. I could actually take this all the flags away, and as long as I find everything that's not a mine, that fulfills the the game requisites for winning, and I'll actually win the game without actually putting a flag on the field. The flag is just a marker to make it easier for you. That means it's also possible that if you actually guess a place that's wrong and you put a flag there, it'll pretty much mess up your game, because eventually you're going to find out that either there's not a mine there, or because you already put a flag down there, you're wrong and somewhere else has a mine, and you accidentally click it when you didn't mean to. So that being said, the way that you play this game is every square has a number or lack of number. If there's no number next to a square, that means that there's no bomb around it. So this clear space right over here that has no number means that there's no bomb around it. Versus this blue one over here, indicates that around this 1, there's going to be one mine. And obviously this one mine is over here where I put the flag, because that's where it has to be. So going through this expert round, I see that over here there's a 1, this blue 1, and around it there are 7 squares that I know for certain do not have a mine on it. I know this because they're already filled out. This 2 to the right, it's a 2. Top right is 1, above it is 1, top left is 1, to the left there's nothing, and bottom left there's nothing. And right below it there's a 2. So all 7 spaces around this 1 square, I already know it's 100% not a mine. The last space, the 8th space, then has to be where the mine is. So I'm going to right click it and put a flag there. So this 2, right to the left of the mine, same concept as this 1. I know that around this 2, there has to be 2 mines around it. And I also know that there's 6 spaces around this 2 that don't have a mine on it, and 1 mine connected to it already. That means that there has to be 1 more mine connected to it, and it has to be this space. It has to be this space because this is the only space left. Using the same logic, this 2 above the mine also has 1 mine already connected to it and 6 spaces that are not mines, which means the last space, the 8th space, also has to be a mine. So a lot of Minesweepers kind of just counting the spaces that are that already have a number on it and also have a number of mines connected to it. If a space, say like a 3, already has 3 mines connected to it, then you know that any other space around that 3 is not a mine, because it cannot be a mine. The 3 already has the maximum amount of mines, the amount of mines that it's supposed to have. So in this situation, this 2 over here already has 2 mines connected to it, this one and this one. So this 2 then has 3 open spaces that cannot be mines. This cannot be a mine, this cannot be a mine, and this cannot be a mine. By following the same logic, this 2 over here also already has 2 mines connected to it. So any space around this 2 here on out cannot be a mine. There's only 1 space still connected to this that hasn't been explored yet, and that would be bottom right. So I'll just click bottom right, it's not a mine. So basically following this kind of a basic type of logic, you just go through the entire game and basically win. That's the basic logic behind Minesweeper. So I'll just go finish this round and I'll talk my way through it so you can get like a better understanding of some of the more advanced, if you will, like advanced logic that doesn't come as easily. But as you see, there's a 2 here, and there has to be 2 mines connected to it. 6 spaces around this 2 are already not mines, which means the last remaining 2 spaces connected to this 2 have to be a mine. This 1 over here already has 1 mine to it, which means this space connected to this 1 cannot be a mine, because if it was a mine, there would be 2 mines, and that's not possible, because there can only be 1 mine connected to this 1. So I know that this is not a mine. I know that because of this 1 over here, this is a mine. I know that there's only 2 mines connected to this 3, so this space over here has to be a mine, because there needs to be 3 and not 2. Because we already have this, and this, we already have 4 mines connected to this 4. This and this cannot be mines. I also know that from this 3, there's 1 mine connected to it and only 2 other spaces open. So both of these spaces here have to be mines, because there would be 3 connected, because that makes 3 for the 3. 3 for the 3. Yeah, we're 3 for 3 now. This space over here, because of this 2, has to be a mine. This 1 means that this space over here has to be a mine. And the fact that there's already 3 mines connected to this 3 means that this is not a mine. By the same logic, this 3 also has 3 mines this connected to this 3, so these 4 spaces all cannot be mines. This 2 only has 2 spaces connected to it and no other mines, so these 2 have to be mines. This 2 over here already has 2 mines connected to it, so this is not a mine. This 1 has this mine connected to it over here, so that's not a mine. This space has to be a mine. This is not a mine. This is a mine because of this 2, and this is a mine because of this 2. This 2 has 2 mines connected to it, so it's not a mine. And this 2 also has the same 2 mines connected to it, so this space and this space are not mines. When you get to places like this where there's a 3 that needs 1 more mine and a 2 that needs 1 more mine, it can be either this space or this space, because both of these spaces, 1 mine in either one of these spaces would satisfy both of those requirements. Which one is it? I don't know. So basically what I gotta do is just skip this part and go to some place where I do know for certain. So in Minesweeper, when you get to a place where you're actually not sure which one is a mine or where the mine is, you want to go to a different place where you're more certain. Fill out everything that you can fill out first. And oftentimes, just by filling out other spaces in the map, you'll work your way through the puzzle, get back to the place where you weren't sure, except because now that there's a lot more filled out, you are sure. So I don't know if we're going to get to it, but the closest place to kind of fill out and get back to here would be starting here. Apparently that didn't work out so well, so now I'm going to go over here. There's 2 mines connected to this 2, so I know that these are not mines. Alright, so another thing that I noticed is like what did I just do? Wow. I feel sad now. That's what happens when I start talking about something else when I play this game. Alright. So I'll go 1 more round, and after this, like I'll go as far as I can. But after this, the tutorial is over because I already covered the basics. But one thing I notice is my mouse sensitivity, which is fairly high. I use my mouse sensitivity at this setting for playing StarCraft and League of Legends, but it actually feels a little fast for Minesweeper because the squares I feel are a little bit smaller than the things that I click on StarCraft and League of Legends. And the other thing is, misclicks in, of course, League of Legends can be very deadly. If you misclick the wrong thing or at the wrong time, you might end up dying, costing your team the Nexus, which, you know, would suck. Especially if you're going to win and you're the only person, like, defending against a backdoor or something. That'd really suck. And misclicks in StarCraft as well, of course, can be very deadly. But in Minesweeper, it's, I guess, a little bit different, in a sense. In Minesweeper, when you misclick and you click on a mine, it's insta-kill. You just immediately die. So I don't know, it feels a little, the sensitivity feels a little fast, but I'm not sure. Alright, so over here I know that there's 1 bomb connected to one of these 2 spaces because there's 4 mines already connected to this 5 and 2 open spaces. I'm not sure which one it is. At the same time, I know that there are 2 mines in these 3 spaces. This 3 already has 1 mine connected to it, and there's 3 open spaces next to this 3. So that means that 2 of these 3 have to be mines. Okay, so another thing that I know is 1 of these 2, and only 1 of these 2, have to be a mine, because this 2 over here means that 1 of these 2 have to be a mine. But it cannot be both of these. So if this space needs 3 mines, but these 2 spaces, only 1 of them can be a mine, that means that this space has to be a mine. This space absolutely has to be a mine. So once again, I cannot have both this space and this space be a mine, because if both of these spaces were mines, this 2 would have 3 mines connected to it. That's not possible. So because of this, I know that this space has to be a mine because this 3 needs at least 2 in these 3 spaces. So I'm not sure if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me, but yeah. And because this is a mine, moving on, now the space that has 5 mines connected to it, I know that it's fulfilled and this is not a mine. By the same token, this 4 already has 4 mines connected to it, so this space, and this space are not mines. Alright. And it looks to me like for this portion of the minefield, I've gone pretty much as far as I can go without guesswork. So what I'm gonna go do is move on to this section, which I know this is a mine because there needs to be 3 connected to it. Because there's 2 connected to this 2 already, these 3 spaces are not mines. And because of this 1 already has a mine connected to it, these 3 are not mines. I know that this is a mine. I know that. And this is the part of the game where I'm telling you about. When you try to fill out, see, I started over here, I worked my way up. And in working my way up, by figuring stuff out and clicking over here, I was able to figure out that I was basically able to work my way back to the portion of the minefield that I wanted to work on. And this time there's no guesswork, because now I know for certain. This is not a mine. This is not a mine. This is not a mine. However, this is a mine. This is not a mine. This is not a mine. This is a mine. Not a mine, not a mine, not a mine. Mine, mine, mine. Not mine. Mine, mine, mine. Not mine. So, this is the nice part of the game, I guess, where you actually get to fill out one entire section of the minefield. In this case, bottom left is completely filled out. Expert, mind you, I don't suggest starting the game on Expert. Expert is particularly difficult because there are much higher ratio of mines to spaces in Expert than there are in Intermediate or Beginner. Quite a lot. So it's not just that the minefield is bigger, it's also that they place a much heavier concentration of mines. And because there's a much heavier concentration of mines, this opens spaces, like these spaces that have nothing, that if you click on them, they'll just spread out until you get to something. These kind of spaces are much more limited in Expert than they are in Intermediate or Beginner. So I'd highly recommend starting in Intermediate or Beginner than I do in Expert. I'm just playing Expert because, well, basically I know how to play Minesweeper already. So to get better, to see if I can increase my understanding of the game, I guess, I am playing in this mode. So at this point of the game, I'm actually in a kind of a I'm kind of at the part of the game where I'm actually not sure what to do. I feel like this space cannot be a mine, but I'm not sure because of, let's say if this space is a mine. I want to prove that it cannot be a mine, but I'm not sure that I can. But I feel like it can't, and I'm gonna think my way through it. So I feel like this space cannot be a mine. Say if it is a mine, this one cannot be a mine, this cannot be a mine, this cannot be a mine. So basically, if this is a mine, none of the other spaces can be mines. And if none of the other spaces can be mines, that's also impossible because one of these have to be a mine because this 3 needs another mine on it. That's how I know for certain that this cannot be a mine, because if this was a mine, the puzzle makes no sense. And the puzzle makes no sense because one of these 2 have to be a mine, and if one of these 2 were a mine and this is a mine, then the puzzle just doesn't fit. So I know that this is not a mine. Okay. What I do know from this 4 is that, or not from this 4, but from this 1 and this 3, that one of these 2 spaces is a mine, but I'm not sure which one. I also know from this 3 that one of these 2 spaces are mines. So either this is a mine, or both of these are mines, but I'm not sure which is the case. And then let's see. So yeah, Minesweeper is a troublesome game a lot of the time. And a lot of the time I would not go through all this trouble just to play it. It kind of depends on what I'm doing at the moment. If I'm just like waiting on a queue for... Hold up, yeah. If I'm just waiting on a queue for League of Legends, then I'll probably play Minesweeper just because the queue is often not long enough to go and make breakfast or something, but it's long enough to just work on a puzzle a little bit. So I mean, that's fine by me. two of these spaces have to be mines, but only one of these spaces can be mines. No, actually, just one of these. So that's possible, and this is possible, but this cannot be a mine. This space cannot be a mine because one of these two spaces have to be a mine. And if this was also a mine, then this 3 would have 4 mines on it, so this cannot be a mine. I know that this 3 already has, this 3 already has 2 mines connected to it, which means one of these 2 spaces have to be a mine. If one of these 2 spaces have to be a mine and both of these spaces are connected to this 1, that means that this space over here cannot be a mine. Because if this space was a mine and one of these have to be a mine, then this one would have 2 mines on it. So I know that this space over here is not a mine. Unfortunately, all of like the really small spaces that I'm picking up are not actually helping me to lead to something that can kind of continue a lot faster than what I'm doing now. Certainly. This is one of the really troublesome rounds. Actually, a lot of expert rounds are troublesome. Alright, so anyways, like I said, I usually wouldn't take this long to make a tutorial. I'm just gonna, just to finish like a regular round. I probably would have done guesswork a long time ago. So basically that's what I'm going to do. And you click a random space in like any mode, but particularly in expert, there's a good chance it's going to be a mine. So yeah, that's basically it. That is the tutorial on how to play Minesweeper. Alright, so thank you for watching, and I will see you later.